So I am thinking as I go about my decision to no longer date women, to no longer have a relationship with a woman. And it's a strange position because I think I've always lived my adult life pretty much assuming I'll be in a relationship. It was a default position, it would just be that way. So the idea of being single is kind of strange, and I'm concerned that, well, basically, that I won't be able to handle it. That I'll be sad and lonely or whatever. And I have to accept the possibility that that will be the case. But I'm also asking myself now just what it is I get from a relationship. Why do I want to be in a relationship with a woman? Now, sex is obviously one thing, but obviously it's more than that. It's about companionship, I'd imagine, and communication and emotional support. It's basically occupying your time as well. It's giving you a person to focus on and to share thoughts with, communicate with. In other words, a relationship serves many functions that are desirable, I suppose. So I am wondering if my decision to no longer have relationships with women will be negative for me. Because of my injury condition, which affects my memory, I'm unclear on exactly why I've decided to live a single life now. And it's very frustrating, and I'm trying to rebuild my understanding of why I've taken this decision. So I think I see a lot of risks for men being involved with a woman. A man essentially makes himself vulnerable to various accusations. It's almost like the man becomes responsible for the woman, as if the woman was a child. And it seems that there are a number of things a man can supposedly do wrong, which might upset the woman. So he's kind of vulnerable and hamstrung in a sense. It is so frustrating to not have a functioning memory, to not understand fully why I'm doing this. I intend to stick with it anyway. I made the decision for good reasons for me, and so I will stick with it even if I don't understand exactly why. So I will be single now, and I believe it's called The Man Going His Own Way, but I understand there was some argument about what MGTOW stands for and whether or not it's good or not, whatever. But MGTOW has a certain meaning for me, and I suppose it's basically to not have a romantic relationship with a woman. So I'm wondering if life is just about pursuing a woman for babies and a relationship. Is that the sum total of what life is? To continue life, to just have children and continue life. Is that what it's all about? It's hard to know because on the face of it, that is what it's about. It's about continuing for the sake of continuing. There's no goal as such that I can identify. So living is just about sex and babies. Yeah, it seems to be really as simple as that. And part of me doesn't want to be controlled by nature in such a way to just make my life as if I'm following a script that nature had laid down. And I'm not satisfied with that. So part of me does want life to be more comprehensive than that, more interesting than that, and not just focused on having children and continuing the human race. I've had 2 children, so in a sense I've done what nature instructed. So I'm thinking what my life is now, what I'm doing. Because of some legal issues that I don't understand, I'm not in a position to be involved with my children's life now. So I can't raise my children, as would normally be the case. I am wondering now what I do with myself in life. So as I say, I have decided to no longer have relationships with women. I don't think that's healthy. I'm unclear as to exactly why, but I think it's about control of life, or rather lack of control for men when having a relationship with a woman. I think a man makes himself vulnerable in a number of ways by having a relationship. And misandry, which is the hatred of men, is rampant, I would say, in government policy. And to an extent, society's attitudes towards men, especially when the man is involved in a relationship. So things are confusing, and I need to understand fully why I've decided to go MGTOW, or my definition of MGTOW, and to not have relationships anymore. It is a strange life right now, and I do want to gain some more understanding of my situation somehow.